Welcome to Weird Science. I'm Miss Becca.
And I'm Mr. Asa.
And Mr. Asa is a good friend of mine, and he's actually going to be the person that's going to be in charge of Weird Science whenever the library reopens and it's happening in person. So you get to hang out with this guy.
That's right.
Yeah. So let's talk about our experiment for today. Today, since Valentine's Day is coming up pretty soon, our experiment for this week is melting hearts. What are your thoughts on those candy conversation hearts? Do you like them?
I like them. They're a little chalky, but I think they taste pretty good.
I wouldn't eat too many. It might make your tummy upset, but I definitely like them too.
Yeah.
So you will find a box of them in your take-home kit that you should have picked up from the library, and we're going to ask you not to eat them, okay? It's going to be challenging, but it's for science. So let's see what's inside of our kit. All right. I'll take things out and I'll hand them to you.
Perfect.
All right? Okay, so we've got
Observation sheet. Perfect.
And
Instructions.
your directions.
Gonna need those.
And conversation hearts. A little box of them. There should be at least 5 in there. If there happen to be any extra, you can eat those. And in your bag that we don't have to pull out are 5 plastic cups. You're going to be filling these with liquids, and we've already done that. So we'll grab ours and we'll tell you a little bit more about why. All right, so I've got 2. I have hot, it's really more like really warm hot water. Please don't burn yourself if you decide to do that. And I also have a cup for soda that Asa labeled, and I'm gonna open up a can of Pepsi, and I'm gonna pour it in. And when you're filling up your cups, you're not gonna have to fill it all the way.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. What do you got, Asa?
So I got a couple different things. I've got lemonade here. Nice glass of lemonade. You said you had warm water. I have cold water.
All right.
And then the last thing that I have, which this is kind of a science experiment for us, we're not sure how it'll work, is creamer, coffee creamer.
Oh, pumpkin spice flavored. So the reason why we have cups that already have liquid in them and yours are empty is because we walked around and found 5 different liquids that we could put in these blue cups. Yours are going to be empty. So one of the first things that you're going to need to do, and check with the grown-ups at home on this, is to find 5 liquids around your house or wherever you're doing your experiment that are safe to use. Some suggestions for you are on your sheet. So you could use vinegar, perfectly fine. Olive oil or any kind of oil that you might have at your house, like in your pantry, in your kitchen oils, dish soap, juice, milk, rubbing alcohol, or even hydrogen peroxide. But just be a little safer with those, and always check with your grown-ups first and let them know that you've started this experiment and what you've picked out. So these are the 5 things that we've picked out. What are we going to do with them?
Well, we're gonna put some conversation hearts in them.
And we are testing their solubility.
That's
Solubility is a very fancy scientific word for how quickly something dissolves in a liquid. So we're going to take 5 conversation hearts. You might be able to figure this out. We're going to put 1 inside of each cup, and you're going to use your observation sheet, and you can write down on your observation sheet the 5 different liquids that you picked out. We also labeled our cups too, so that we would remember what's in each one. And you're going to need some kind of way to keep time. So, if you've got a watch, if you've got an iPad, if you've got a kitchen timer, something like that, and you're gonna observe it for, as long as it takes to dissolve. And some of these might dissolve a lot faster than others. So if you have the ability to measure it with a stopwatch, that would probably be the best, because as soon as you drop them all in, you can start your stopwatch, but you could even just set a timer for 2 minutes and check and see how's it doing after 2 minutes. And then 5 minutes. What does it look like after 5 minutes? And you're going to record your observations on here and the time that it takes to dissolve. Should we do it?
Let's do it.
All right.
Creamer. Cold water. Got lemonade.
It's kind of making me thirsty.
You want to do the last 2?
Yeah. All right, I'm going to put in hot H2O, which remember is not boiling hot, and freshly poured Pepsi soda. Ooh, that kind of made a fizz. You know what's interesting, Asa? One of my first observations is that I see 1 cup that has a floating heart. Do you see that?
I do see that now.
How interesting. The soda, the candy heart inside of the soda is floating.
I wonder why.
Yeah, that is really interesting. And none of the rest of them are. But you know, I hear it kind of fizzing. It's got some carbonation to it. Maybe that has something to do with it. So as you're picking out your liquids, maybe try to look for something that's carbonated. Seltzer water, you know, like a Waterloo or a LaCroix or one of those kinds of things like that. If you've got some of those at your house, that might be kind of cool. Also, we had a good conversation about the creamer. Do you want to tell them our thoughts on the creamer?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now and I can't see the heart. You might want to pick a clear liquid. It might be a little bit easier for you to be able to observe what's happening with your heart. Creamer was a little tough.
Yeah, that's what we had available, and you could definitely use, you know, creamer or milk if you have it at your house, but it is really challenging. You might even have to like get brave and stick your finger and feel around in there, or
A
a
spoon?
spoon
Spoon
maybe.
might be good.
Yeah, and see what's happening inside of the cup. So I'm noticing that, you know, it might take a while for some of these to dissolve. You might even maybe have to go have a snack, do some homework.
Eat a couple candy hearts.
Yeah, eat your leftovers. Absolutely. Maybe, you know, read a book and then come back and see what's happening. So we hope you have a blast with this. And you're welcome to email either one of us, actually, if you want to share some of your observations. I'm Becca at clearviewlibrary.org.
And I'm Asa at clearviewlibrary.org.
Yeah, we'd love to know how this experiment went for you, scientists. Have a blast. Bye.